All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and it seems like Big Fanny just keep getting into more trouble. Now, this one's coming by Doug. He said, you won't believe what this lawyer just said about Fani Willis and what they are trying to cover up, which a lot of us, especially the ones that's watching me, and me as well, that we already knew that Fani Willis and Nathan Wade was lying. Then, like I mentioned before in my last video, she brung her father up there and then he lied. You telling me, just think about this, y'all. You telling me that Fani Willis been talking to this man for the last 3 to 4 years, and you telling me her father gonna get on the stand and say that he just met Nathan Wade for the first time last year in 2023. That is a complete lie. And Fani knows she's lying. I'm pretty sure she coached her dad to say some of that stuff that he was saying. And now they say that the Bar Association leans on Fani Willis' witness to be quiet or else. So it seems like it's some threatening going on. So this whole situation with Fani Willis, I mean, all of it, they just trying to cover up some stuff. Talking about the witness, the Bar Association leans on Fani Willis' witness to be quiet or else. So it's getting really, really bad. Like I said, hopefully this case is getting ready to be thrown out, because I really believe this case is just done. I believe it's over with. And that's just how I feel. There's no way Fani Willis can get out of this. She's been lying, all of them lying. But like I said, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's dive straight into this. I want everybody to hit that like button so more people can see what a complete joke Fani Willis and everybody that's with her is. Because we all know that she's full of crap and she's lying. So let's go ahead and dive straight in.
Fani Willis did not take the stand today, but her dad did. Yep. We've got him on here. We will be as respectful as we can to the old man. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where all the happy patriots are. Glad you guys are watching. I appreciate you as an audience. I don't deserve any of this, guys. I don't deserve your attention. I'm just a barely literate comic book artist trying to bring you the news in an entertaining way.
You do a great job.
However, I do think we accidentally caught the National Bar Association in witness intimidation. Accidents happen. Let's get right to it. This was based on yesterday's testimony. This is going to explode even more today. Okay, so first, this is a tweet from attorney Carlos Moore, sent by one of my people out there, and I appreciate that. But this is attorney Carlos Moore, National Bar Association, past president, municipal judge pro tem. He says, I stand with Fani Willis. She was elected by the people of Fulton County to do a job. Let her do it. Black people in powerful positions, obviously not me. I'm neither a black person nor am I in a powerful position, should not be subjected to a double standard or extra scrutiny to continue in positions. I think he's implying that Fani Willis is getting some extra scrutiny. The focus should be on who, if anyone, tried to steal the 2020 election. Okay. He probably thinks he's talking about Trump. I'm thinking we're talking about Biden, but let's find out. Let's let the courts find out. This other stuff is a sideshow and a circus that has no parallel, he says. Hashtag Fani Willis. Hashtag not on trial. Fani Willis is not on trial. Hashtag Black Women Matter. First, remember this clip real quick yesterday, because this is going to play in today again. I'm just going to replay this for you.
Refer to what I was told by the bar, that Rule 1.6, the confidentiality applies, and that I would be asking for an immediate review by the Supreme Court.
Sure, but applies to what?
Any communications is what the person at the bar told us.
Any communications?
Like he did not qualify.
If you talk to Mr. Wade, that's covered.
Well, Judge, I don't know. He didn't go into those specifics, but this is what was told. I was sitting there with my attorneys.
This is Terrence Bradley, who looks terrified, like he's about to poop a brick. Poor guy, and he's on the stand. saying he can't testify. He's been ordered by the bar, just warning him, don't testify about Nathan Wade. Now, Nathan Wade is his old friend who hired him as a lawyer. And under the law, as a lawyer, he gets attorney-client privilege. But supposedly he was supposed to testify about, before he got that attorney-client privilege, that he knew that Nathan Wade was involved with Fani Willis before the dates they said they got together. There. That's the backstory. We're going to get into the definition of witness tampering later, because he could be guilty of it. I just want to know who talked to him. Was it this attorney Carlos Moore, National Bar Association past president, the ex-president? Or doesn't that not prove that this guy who's coming out on Fani Willis's side, that the entire bar association could be compromised? Why wouldn't it be overrun with Democrats when Democrats have so many of our judge seats, so many of our district attorneys, so many of our prosecutors, all the way up to Jack Smith, Merrick Garland? What institution hasn't been compromised by Democrats? How about 92% of them in our law schools, our universities, our media centers, the media, journalists, 92%. Here's Fani Willis's dad saying he knew about COVID before the rest of us because he moved to avoid COVID in another country.
I was just stuck there.
I may be wrong, but I believe COVID hit in 2020. So I was asking about 2019. In 2019, did you spend any time in California?
Before COVID was even here in the United States, remember I lived in South Africa and I've traveled the world. I knew COVID was coming before. I knew COVID was around before. They may have announced it in 20, but in fact, I knew about it and I knew what was happening in 19.
Okay, so let's walk through 2019 then. You said you moved here in September. So
no, I didn't say that. I moved here probably prior to September.
Okay, so he says he knew about COVID back in 2019. I wish he told the rest of us. Personally, I don't believe him.
I
also don't have a problem. You know, this is a dad covering for his daughter on the stand. I get it, guy. I get it. You know, I don't need to go into it any farther than that. I don't want to drag the guy too far down. Here's Marjorie Taylor Greene on Fani. This is exactly why I filed my ethics complaint against Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. Why Fani Willis admits she has no proof that she reimbursed Nathan Wade for their lavish vacations, but paid rent via an app. She must be criminally investigated. We're going to go over her testimony again real quick here, where she says that she pays stuff by this app.
Would you say you paid cash versus Cash App?
Oh, the vast majority was Cash App. I don't know what percentage, I'm not going to guess that, but the vast majority was Cash App. But there would be times she would say, you know, this bill came in.
Did you ever pay him anything other than cash?
I've only given him cash a few times in the course of what we're talking about.
So if we would go to dinner,
let her finish her answers.
If we would go to dinner, I wouldn't give him cash because he paid for dinner or I paid for dinner. I've given him cash only a few times in life, probably 4.
Okay.
Probably the most money I've ever handed him is $2,500. The least amount of money I've handed him, probably between $500 and $1,000.
You never wrote him a check?
Ma'am, I don't have checks.
Okay.
Here's Mays on Twitter, June 2020. Listen to what Fani Willis accuses the sitting district attorney of doing. But Fani, what if he claims he paid with untraceable stacks of cash that he randomly keeps in the house? Listen to Fani Willis, what she says should be done to him, the previous
I want to hear this one.
guy.
You say, Miss Willis, Judge Willis, what law did he violate? A few, but let's try this on for size. OCGA 45-11-5, extortion. Subsection A. As used in this code section, the term extortion means an unlawful taking by a public law officer under color of his office from any person of any money or thing of value that is not due to him or more that is due to him. Any public officer shall be by himself, his deputy, or his agent, or other in person employed by him, be guilty of extortion in receiving other and greater fees than by law are allowed him, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor, and repeat this part for me, and shall be dismissed from office. Not maybe, shall be dismissed from office.
Okay, she wants us to repeat it to her.
Yeah. And it's so funny that when you go back and you listen to stuff like that, that you just see that Fani Willis is a complete hypocrite. Everything she said that she wouldn't do, or she blamed on somebody else, the last person that was in there, she blamed it on them, and then she turned around and do the same exact thing. Make that make sense. She did the same exact thing. This woman is so corrupt. So you can see the guy Terrence, he was just nervous up there. They told me not to say nothing. They told me not to testify. So at this point, it seemed like it's some threatening going on behind the scenes. Is Fani Willis a part of that? Is Fani Willis a part of this association thing about threatening this man, or if he tell, or they want him to be quiet? So we still gotta figure that out. But as you can see, every time this woman say what you shouldn't do, she did it. So that's the reason why I said, man, this case is really done. When you even got like CNN and you got MSNBC, when you got them even coming out talking about that she's done, you know what time it is. This is definitely a bad look, because all you got to do is go back and play her old clips of her trying to go off on the last person that was in his office, and she turn around and do the same exact thing and worse. And worse. So shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene, because Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't holding back at all. She ain't playing around with Fani Willis. She's not. Like, I'm the same way like Doug said that I'm not going to say nothing bad about her father, which I don't do stuff like that no way. Just agree to disagree. But I really don't agree with anything he said. I feel like that he's lying. I feel like he's just covering up for Fani because that's his daughter. I get it. Just like this, I get it. That's your daughter. You don't want to make her look bad. So obviously you gotta try to say whatever you can that kind of puts her over. That kind of goes in her favor. So we all get that. But I know that this Judge McAfee, I know good well he see and can tell that all of them are lying. It took Nathan Wade 15 seconds to just to answer a question. He can't even remember if Fani Willis was at the cabin. They said, do you remember being at the cabin with Fani Willis? It took this man 15 seconds. 15 seconds to answer the question. He went to looking up in the air. Who does that? He had to think of a lie. That's the reason why he did it. This is crazy.
That you not maybe, but shall be dismissed from office. Here's Trump playing the flip card on the turn card on on Fani Willis. Here's a little more of Fani Willis's testimony, and you'll notice this went around yesterday that she put her dress on backwards, apparently.
Whole life, when I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that. Like, to tell you, I just have cash in my house. I don't have as much today.
Okay, just in case you missed it, she took money out of her campaign and cashed it out and kept that. That is a campaign finance violation that she just now admitted on tape. Here's the dress. Look, it's got a zipper going down the back of it. There you go. And Fani Willis, here's the oath. Look at the zipper. There it is on the front of it. There's the dress. I'm not an expert on these things. I think maybe she's kind of ingenious for wearing a dress backwards.
I heard somebody say that before, that she had I really didn't pay attention to it, but I heard a lot of people saying she had her dress on backwards. And another thing that we got to say, just like I heard what that guy Carlos Moore said, but at the same time, here's what I don't like. I don't like, as soon as a person get in trouble, the first thing they try to do is pull the race card. Y'all coming after me because I'm black. Okay, so what was the difference when she was going after Trump this whole entire time? Why didn't nobody say, oh, you going after Trump because he's white? Because people said that. But now since she's in trouble, now she want to pull up this race card about, that's why they're going to try to make the judge feel like if he do something to it, if he do something to her or he disbar her, whatever the case may be, she can try to use, oh, you did that because I'm black. See, that's what they be trying to do to these judges, trying to pull that race card to make it sound like if the judge, remove her, he only did it because she black. That's what they trying to do. But that's not going to work because she's in hella violation, her and Nathan Wade.
Maybe she'll start a trend.
My next question is based on her opening the door, and therefore I'll just ask it, and Your Honor can decide whether or not it's appropriate. When you went to D.C., did you go to the White House?
I did not go to the White House.
That's a lie.
Okay, forget the dress. She just now lied and said she didn't go to the White House. This is serious. Okay, don't mess with the dresses on backwards. This girl said she did not go to the White House when they asked her under oath. Here's Rep. Simon Smith. White House visitor logs confirm that.
Look at that right there. Look at that right there. See, when I heard her say that, I knew it was a lie. The first thing came to my mind was this.
What you talking about, Willis?
I was like, hold on.
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis? It said White House visitor logs confirm that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and her lead prosecutor had multiple hour-long meetings with the president. Months later, she announces indictments against the president's chief political opponent. So, when you look at it, she literally lied under oath. What she could have said was, yes, I went to the White House, but I didn't go to the White House when I was in D.C. But, I mean, that kind of make it look crazy, though, because if you in D.C., then it's like, I'm pretty sure you went by there because you did visit there. So she didn't even try to admit. Let's just say she didn't go the time that she did go to D.C., but she went another time. She could have confirmed that, be like, yes, I went, but I didn't go at the time that I went to Washington. You could have just said you went another time, but just saying that you didn't go at all is a lie. And she knows she's lying. That right there just crazy.
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and her head prosecutor had multiple hour-long meetings with the president.
Yep.
Months later, she announces indictments against the president's chief political opponent. But Doug, where's the receipts? Here's the White House log, whitehouse.gov.
Yeah,
right
I remember
up at the
that.
top. Fani Willis, guest of. This is the vice president on the visitee list. This has a date. She lied. Here's MSNBC even admitting that Fani Willis needs to throw in the towel.
Yeah, this has been a bombshell, and it was a sort of a slow burn. But if you parse the language, huge issues here. And I want to be really clear: this is not about a relationship between two consenting adults. This has nothing to do with that. It's about lying to the court. It's about potential financial gain on the part of Fani Willis, and not even so much. That's a second. That takes the back seat here. The issue is that her credibility is shot. Just as Anthony was saying, if she lied to the court, she submitted something to the court that she knew was false and inaccurate. What else was she lying about? It's a horrible look for her. I think this case is dead in the water.
Dead in the water. Let's go to Donald Trump on Truth Social. Fani never paid cash. She got free trips and other things from her lover with the exorbitant amounts of money she authorized to be paid to him. A giant scam. A witch hunt. I happen to agree. However, here's Anna Bauer. Looks like we don't hear from Willis after all. This is in today's trial. She's not going to testify. The main guy that we want is Terrence Bradley. We're going to get to him in just a second. On behalf of the DA's office, says that the state has no further questions for Willis. Defense counsel want to call another witness, Nathan Wade's former law partner, Terrence Bradley. But he's at a doctor's appointment. Man, a lot of excuses. We're waiting on him to testify.
You know why? He was at a doctor appointment because, they got to think of a lie. They got to think of something to tell him. Like, bro, I'm telling you, they ain't getting out of this.
Today. Here's the 2022 Georgia Code, Title 16, Crimes and Offenses, Chapter 10, Offenses Against Public Administration, Article 5, Offenses related to judicial and other proceedings. How about influencing witnesses? This is what I'm saying the state bar could have done. Came in and brought the hammer down on our buddy, Terrence Bradley. Universal citation, a person who, with intent to deter a witness from testifying freely, fully, and truthfully to any matter pending in any court, in any administrative proceeding, or before a grand jury, communicates directly or indirectly to such witness, and any threat of injury or damage to the person, property, or employment that would be disbarring him of the witness, or to the person, property, or employment of any relative or associate of the witness, or who offers or delivers any benefit, reward, or consideration to such witness or to a relative or associate of the witness shall, upon conviction thereof, be punished by imprisonment for not less than 1 or more than 5 years. So I think our buddy over at the bar, or anyone over at the bar who influenced Terrence Bradley, you need to go to jail for, 1 to 5 years. Terrence Bradley, if this happened to you, get your emails to someone outside of Fulton County.
Yep.
Someone who is not corrupt, someone you trust. Get them out to them. Get this message out to them.
Uh-oh. I wanted to, I'm telling you right now, this right here is going to have a lot to do with Fani Willis, where she's behind the scene with this threatening him, want him to be quiet, or else I'm pretty sure that Fani Willis knows everything. She knows everything that's going on. Who's ever at that bar association that told him that, to kind of not say nothing, don't testify, I'm pretty sure that person knows Fani Willis, and Fani Willis has been talking to that person. So I'm not stupid. Fani Willis is all in this wrapped up. She got to be behind the scenes, the one probably threatening him, or either she done told somebody else to say, make sure he don't talk, make sure he don't do this, make sure he don't testify, make sure he don't tell nothing. I'm telling you, this case is pretty much done. You hear everybody saying it. Only thing we waiting on is that this case has been closed. But like I said, thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.